Well, hello everyone. It's me again. I'm back. It's been so long since the last video. I am so sorry. Things have been going crazy here, as you can. By the way, have you noticed it's a bit messy because I haven't done anything with it, but I've been out, as you can see. I've had a haircut and a trim. So yeah, the chair is here. It's amazing, but very tiring. I'm finding it very fatigued. Spending if I spend any more than about 4 hours, um, it's a bit. It becomes I start to feel it a bit. A bit start shifting your weight, and I think the more and more I use it, hopefully my tolerance to be in the chair obviously will increase, as my need to be in it all the time now, unfortunately, I have to accept I can't walk, um, and the chair is here to help me do that. So that's cool. So what's been going on? Well, we were actually supposed to be going out for dinner next week, but unfortunately our friends can't make it, which is a shame. I was really looking forward to it. I feel a bit, bit upset about it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. We're gonna go a later date, which will be nice. Possibly in April, and I'll be able to afford it then as well. So yeah, so the holidays are getting close now. So Edinburgh is on the 29th of May. So now we're in March. So it's March, April, 2 months away. 12 weeks. I think it works out 12 weeks next. So it's Sunday today. Sunday the 2nd of March. And this Thursday it will be 12 weeks till our trip to Edinburgh. So super excited about Edinburgh, but also very stressed that we're not going to have enough money, as you do. I want to be able to go away and not say, well, we can't do that because we can't afford it. The whole point of my PIP, my personal independence payments, and my other benefits that I get to improve my life. And people can say, why am I paying all my taxes so that you can swan off to Edinburgh? Well, you've got to remember that my daily life is actually pretty crap. Day to day, most days I'm in bed. Now I have my chair, I can get out. I venture back in the kitchen. I'm cooking for Cat this weekend, actually. Um, and yeah, so I'm cooking for Cat this weekend. I'm going to cook beef stroganoff from scratch. So I haven't done it for a while. I haven't done that dish, God, since I worked in Brixton. So that's how long ago. No, no, that's a lie. I think we had it on the menu at the hop at one point. I think I put beef stroganoff on. But yeah, I'm gonna do it from scratch and do it properly. So that should be quite nice. I'm gonna do that on Saturday. And I need something to do for Friday. Kat said that I was originally going to do curry goat, but she said that it'd be two rich meals in a row at the weekend. So she said maybe we should have something a bit plainer. So I've got my little thinking cap on about what to do. I've got a couple of ideas. I'm thinking something pretty simple like some chicken breast stuffed with some brie wrapped in pancetta, maybe something along those kind of lines. Maybe something a little bit spicy. I'm sure I can come up with something in my little mind. I'm sure something will kind of like pop in and go, that sounds like a good idea. So I haven't actually been into the kitchen yet, but as the I don't know if any of you know, but there was an awful lot of uh, disability aids that I had in the flat for when I was actually able to walk on a frame. But of course, that's no longer possible. So they've taken there was a big perch installed in the kitchen, which basically was stopping my chair getting in. So now there's no excuse for me not going into the kitchen. It basically all depends now on what my body can take and manage. Um, my biggest fear is that I've lost that passion for food. Um, I mean, I've had pretty much two and a half years of crap food, basically, guys. When I first broke my leg, um, and I was homeless, and they put me in a hotel, and I couldn't cook in the hotel. All I was allowed to use was the kettle, so I basically lived on tin tuna and pot noodles for about, I think that lasted for about 5 or 6 months. Um, that was at my lowest. That was my friend Andrew visited me on the Christmas Eve. I was in there over Christmas, and he visits me on the Christmas Eve, and I think that visit probably stopped me doing something silly. Unfortunately, now Andrew isn't with us anymore, and I miss him terribly. Um, we were very close, even though we didn't talk for weeks, months. Whenever we caught up, it was like we hadn't been together for ages. He was that kind of person. Rachel will tell you the same. Monty will tell you the same. He was just amazing, and I really really miss him. Um, and I guess I kind of think, when I go, I hope that maybe people will miss me as well, and not just remember what I was for 20, 25 years. Um, I was an alcoholic for 25 years. I'm an alcoholic. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I'm not doing my drug of choice. Um, but yeah, it's um it's really really hard to to not drink. Drinking it every day is a battle. Fortunately, these things are an absolute lifesaver for me, because I actually really enjoy a beer. So to be actually have a beer when you want one, and when you're out as well, it looks like you're having a beer. It just looks like you're having a beer with your mates. It's lovely. So anyway, I was in the hotel, and then I moved to kind of like this apartment, but I was able to do less and less cooking myself. I was still doing a little bit there. And then when I moved out of there to here, I was pretty immobile by the time I got here in the October. And by December, I was totally. Well, I couldn't get up off the sofa Christmas Eve, and I stayed there till about February or something when they moved me into my bed. Um, Life was pretty awful. Um, you kind of like I kind of like got locked out of the system a bit, and I kind of like got overlooked and kind of slipped through the net, which everyone is like absolutely horrified about now. What I had to go through, sort of that before they kind of like everything's been sorted, but everyone's been so supportive, and mental health wise and physical health wise has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, Kat will tell you, everyone will tell you, I've had so much more um, support and help and positive input into everything, my life and my illness, my MS, my mental health. The help is there. You just need to ask for it. There's no point saying nobody's going to help you. You've got to open up and say, I need help. Once you can say those words, there is help out there, I promise you. um, but I also know that that's the hardest bit to do. And you'll get to a stage in your life where that will happen, and you will either continue down that dark road, or like me, you will turn to the path of light, which is what I did. Thank, with much thanks to my dear close friends, and especially Kat, who I couldn't have. Well, I wouldn't have given up drinking if it wasn't for Cat. If I wasn't with Cat, I probably would. If I wasn't with Cat, I probably would be dead by now. Um, she makes me want to live. Um, she makes me want to live. She makes me want to smile. She makes me want to get up every morning. You know, she does all of these things. She's pretty special to me, and I've done some pretty shitty crap to her over the years with my drinking and my drug taking, and you know we were coming up to the chat about, look, you either change or we're finished, basically. We were building up to that, and that's when I broke my leg. Um, and subsequently, we've talked, and she basically said, you know, the talk was coming. I think if that talk had happened and I'd have chosen drink and Cat had left, I'd have been dead in 6 months. I, I totally, completely believe that. I wouldn't have any point. There'd be no point to carry it on. I'm not saying the only reason I live is for Cat, because that's bloody stupid. I live for myself, and I want to bloody fight. You know, I think I've got something to give to people. I think I can offer some stuff. You know, I think I'm a good listener. You know, I love spending time with people. Well, I'm good. I'm definitely a people person. I'm very approachable. Sound like I'm trying to sell myself, don't I, guys? But do you know what I mean? It, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy, but I'm not happy. Okay, you know, being disabled is no fucking joke. You know, being disabled is sucks. It fucking sucks. We get a real rough deal, actually, disabled people. And I'm so lucky with the people I've got around me. People like Kat, people like Rach, people like Johnny, people like Cy. All these people that I surround myself with, that I enjoy. These are people that I choose to spend time with, and they choose to spend time with me. And that kind of makes me think, well, I must be an okay kind of person if people want to spend time with me. You know, so when I do get those days when I start, you know, kind of, it's bound to happen. Um, Mental health or not, kind of the situation I find myself in now is enough to kind of, well, it's life changing. It's changed my life completely, and I'm still adapting. I'm extremely worried about the Edinburgh trip. If I'm completely honest, I'm a bit worried about getting on and off the train and and having to sit in my chair for near enough 10 hours. Um, I think it's about 9.5 hours is the train journey is. But it is straight through. We don't have to change anywhere. Whereas when we go to Blackpool, we'll have to change. We'll probably have to change at Birmingham New Street, and we'll probably have to change at Preston. So we might have to do 3 stops, and that's when you have to start. That's when you have to plan it. And not you guys could just like go and buy a rail ticket, jump on the train, and off you go. I have to plan my journeys. I have to inform them so that they can book the people that are necessary, for getting on and off the trains with the ramps, etc. Making sure that the trains know there's a disabled person getting off at that stop, and I don't think I didn't even start even contemplating how different my life would be. I just thought, give me a wheelchair and I'll just like potter off round, off I go, and it'd be like having a pair of legs, and I just go around to walk around town and pop in shops and stuff like that. No way, it's bullshit, guys. You know, people and shops are so they are not disabled friendly. A lot of shops, um, you can't get into them. It's as simple as that. Some of the biggest stores are good, and some of the places around here, are thoughtful of disabled people. And I know, I'm sure Plymouth City Council are trying their hardest. Um, but I think there could be so much more done in Plymouth, just being around and going out into town, and the state of the roads and things like this. That you probably don't think about. But if you think to yourself, you're walking down and it's all uneven on your foot, and you think about how it is in my chair, it's like riding the bucking bronco, guys, not the other one, the bucking bronco. And it is bloody hard. And I think that's why it is physically so demanding being in a wheelchair. I'm sure Lawrence will tell you, because he's a manual, he's a self-propelled. I'm afraid I'm past that now. I'm afraid I'm power chaired. Um, but we all knew it was. When we had the diagnosis, we knew it was going to happen. It did progress rather quickly. Um, while I was in That was while I was in Torbay, and I think that had an awful lot to do with a lot of stress and pressure on me. Being homeless. Um, Before I, thank God, found here. Um, and yeah, the best decision I made was to leave the Bay. That place had 35 years of my life. No, sorry, time out of the army. So I had about 25, 30 years in that time. Or that those towns, because I started from Brixton, and I kind of like I had my bit of boys when I was married to Emma. That was in Payton. And then when me and Emma split up, I moved to Torquay, and I married Kelly. And of course, there's videos about that, guys. So, if you're just seeing this for the first time, or you didn't, please, as a back catalogue, please watch my videos. The more views I get, hopefully, I can, maybe, start getting like noticed a bit more. I think if you get a certain amount of views and likes and stuff, I think you can sort of start popping up and things. So if you guys are watching this, thank you so much, first of all, for just listening to my life, and you must be interested in it. And thank you. I really love that you guys are actually interested in what I have to say. That you go, you're taking half an hour out of your day to spend with me, which is lovely. So thank you. But I really, really would love you to just send one of my videos. Pick a video that you like, and please send it, or just share the link on your page. Because you never know that somebody might know someone who might know someone who is where I was, or is where I am. And and maybe my videos could kind of like make them help them, maybe think, Jesus, I don't want to end up like that, or I don't want that to happen. I mean, unfortunately, I think if it wasn't for the MS, I wouldn't have had a long life anyway, purely because of I literally have burnt the ends at both ends of the candle. In my life, it's always been at 110 miles an hour. And now I'm repenting at leisure. It's pretty shit having MS, actually. I've had an awful weekend. My darling cat has not had a great weekend with her fibro. I've seen her cry this weekend, physically cry with pain, and that just broke my heart to see her like that. And she's getting no support whatsoever, and I find that absolutely disgusting. She should be getting PIP. She should be signed off. She's not able to work. She has to work. She has to work, and it's disgusting. She physically can't do the job sometimes, and when she does, she just pushes herself through it. And then on her days off, she's so ill. She's so tired. She's so It's not right. It's not right. Look, I paid my taxes for over 35 years. All right, so I don't sit here now thinking, oh, I don't think I deserve the money I'll get. Do you know what? I actually do deserve the money I'll get. I serve for my country, and I've worked hard in this country and put money into this country. And I refuse now to feel bad by people saying, "Oh, you don't deserve as much money as you get." I tell you now, it ain't a great deal. Trust me. when I've paid my care bill, which I have to pay towards, right? This money that I get, this disability benefits, I have to pay my care bill out of that. I have to pay all these other bills out of it, you know. So it's not a joke, you know. It's not just like, oh yeah, just give him, you know, whatever a month, and you know, it doesn't work like that. Me and Kat are having to really save between us. We've really got to save hard. You know, we've got like 12 weeks to go. I better get my finger out my ass and start getting some money saved. Um, but do you know what? We're going to be all right, and I know we'll be all right because I always come up smelling the roses in the end. So anyway, I think this is about enough for today. I think I've bored you all enough. Um, yeah, just wanted to check in with everyone, just to let you know I was all live, but I did have some problems. I was going to do a podcast earlier in the week, but I had big problems with my broadband being cut off, and I've had to have it reconnected. And anyways, cut a long story short, it's been a joke. But anyways, it's all done and they're all done and dusted now. I haven't got to worry about that. So yeah, so I was going to do a podcast. Honestly, I swear. I was going to do a pod. Excuse me a minute. Go, come on. Where you going? Where you go? Hey, where? Hang on. Ah, there we go. Right. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, the wheelchair is. I'm going to tell you quickly. I'm going to tell you a very funny story. When I was had the chair delivered by Judy Davis, the lady from the wheelchair company, wheelchair service, but she delivered it. She was explaining everything to me, and of course, I wasn't taking anything, and I was just I was in so awe that it was finally here and it was working, and it fitted me, and it didn't have to go away for adjustments, or and I was going to have it that day. Um, and anyway, one of the things she told me was that you can tip the chair. You can tip the chair backwards and forwards. So obviously going up inclines, and you know, for when you're stationary, when I'm in when I'm in the train, I can put my chair back and I can relax, which is great. Anyway, she did inform me that if it's over a certain angle, it will only go in the lowest speed. So anyway, first weekend I've got it. So I gets it on the Tuesday. Anyway, was it that Friday or was it the Friday after? I think it was that Friday. I think it was that Friday. Me and Johnny went down to the union rooms. Anyway, started off out of here. Got down, not a problem, and I had to alter the incline on the chair to go down. There's a little bit you go down before we get to all my subways, and quick way to get into town for me. Anyway, you had to go down this incline, so of course I put the chair back, and so that I'm when it's going down, I'm upright. Anyway, off I potted, and of course, you know, it was like off we did, and got on the way. Anyway, on the main road and going down, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I have to turn the speed up. So anyway, turns the speed up to about 3, and starts going, and I'm like, this is really slow. And I was like, Johnny, I said, I don't know what's going on, mate. I said, I think the chair's knackered. And he said, what do you mean? I said, well, look, I said, in the chair. I said, if the speed is on 3. I said, but it's just that one speed we had before. And he said, well, what's that flashing light? And I went, well, that's just how fast the speed is, mate. But like all 3 lights were flashing. Anyway, it took us about 20 minutes, half an hour to get down to the union rooms because it was that bloody slow. So anyway, we gets in there. We has a couple of drinks. Well, Johnny had a couple of pints. I had a couple of dingers. Anyway, he says, right, come on then. He said, let's get back up to yours. He says, I ain't letting you go home on your first night. So he said, I'll come up with you. Anyway, we started off up. And it's still doing, and it's still in this like snail. It's ridiculous. I'm driving across the road and like we're running out of time because it's so slow. And you know what's coming, don't you? You said it about an hour ago. What's coming, don't you? You know what I'd done. Anyway, I was going up the road. So we got up the road and we get about halfway up to back home, and we had to go down this subway bit. And so I altered the tip. As I altered the tip and then pressed forward, I shot off at an extraordinary force. I'd only bloody had it on tilt too much, and it was therefore only in the lower speed setting. I am such a complete twat. That is the word you are looking for, twat. I felt so bloody stupid, you have no idea, guys. I felt an absolute prat. Um, yeah, so me and Johnny had a proper laugh about that. And I tell you what, guys, I think I'm starting to get senile moments. I really do. I mean, I've noticed that the grey is starting to rear its little ugly head. I don't know, and now I have to have my eyebrows trimmed when I go to the barbers. I mean, that's the old people that they lose their hair on their head, and it all like starts sprouting out their nose, their eyebrows, and their ears, and they have to keep trimming them. Then, so you don't necessarily have to go for a haircut; you have to go for a face cut. I don't want to go to that pub. That's ridiculous. I don't want that happening. What's going to happen if that happens to me? Oh my lord. Anyway, I'm going to think of something for dinner next weekend, and you lot have a fantastic time. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think I pretty much covered up everything that's going on and how life is and how I'm feeling, and um, life's pretty life's pretty positive at the moment. Pain today is better than it has been, but still had to have some morphine this morning. But it's manageable, so that's good. Anyway, guys, I think you've listened to me waffle on for far too long now. It's been absolutely great catching up with everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you have subscribed, please share. Please share my videos. And look up my back catalogue. Everyone, look up my back catalogue. There's 30 odd videos, guys, about everything. Just basically my life and everything that I've been through, and you know, really, really important stuff, hard hitting stuff. If you're watching this and you've not seen any of my videos, be prepared for bluntness. Um, you know, going ranging from child rape, molestation to drug addiction to alcohol addiction, mental health, um, and now MS. So kind of like Jack of all, master of none, it seems. They cover all those kind of things. They cover my marriages, they carry my divorces, they carry my relationships. People I have around me at the moment are very close to me. I can count them on one hand, but I wouldn't change them for the world. They're very close to me. They look after me. Very supportive, and I can't ask for better friends. The friends that I have, that I choose to have, and then that's the difference. I choose to have them as friends, and they choose to have me as a friend. And it's not just like Ian will buy around. Afraid that Ian's dead. Well, he's not dead. Ian will still buy around. It's just that I'll be having an editing here where you guys can get splattered if you want. I don't mind. I'm not going to be the one spewing up at the end of the night with $50 down your shirt. But anyway, guys, you go ahead and knock yourselves out. Anyway, sweethearts, it's been great chatting to you. I'm so glad I did this. I was like really nervous after it's been about 3 weeks since my last one. But the last 3 weeks have just been, well, you can imagine, it's just been absolutely crazy. Yeah, just getting used to my chair and everything. It's been very tiring. So I spent a lot of time, and yeah, we're there. We're getting there. We're getting there. So yeah, so this weekend cooking. So beef stroganoff from scratch this weekend. Not done that for a while, so that's going to be interesting. So I've got to go shopping for all those ingredients on Thursday. So Thursday I'm going shopping. I'll take my little rucksack and I'm going to get me bits. and I'll get me bits for I'll get me bits for Friday night. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna do, so that's cool. Right, guys, you take care, my lovelies. It's been absolutely fantastic chatting to you. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.